All right, and welcome to Unit 1, Lesson 2, Order of Operations and Substitution. We're going to be covering PEMDAS, which is something most of you have probably seen before. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, or PEMDAS. It's really just the order of operations which we need to do things when we want to solve equations or expressions like this. And either parentheses, then exponents, you multiply and divide left to right, then you add, subtract left to right. And as long as you follow this order of operations, pretty straightforward to get the correct answer. So we'll do this a long way first, and we'll look over on the calculator and finish it off a little bit quicker. But if you look here, this is the equation rewritten. First thing we need to do is our parentheses here. So we get 2 times 8. Now the next step is our exponent step. So the only exponent we have is a 4 cubed. So we rewrite this 2 times 8 minus 2 times 64, which is 4 cubed. Then we're going to multiply and divide left to right. So we still have our 2 times 8, which is 16. 2 times 64, which is 128 plus 1. That's all my multiplication divisions, and notice I just moved left to right. Now we'll add, subtract, and we'll do that also left to right. So I get left to right, negative 16 minus 128 is negative 112 plus 1 gives me negative 111. And if you come on over here to your calculator, I already plugged this in for you, but if you have your calculator, you notice you get the same thing on your calculator. As long as you plug these in properly, you will get the correct answer. So here we have a few examples. Why don't you take a minute, pause the video, and do a few examples. Now, just to save time, I'm going to do these directly on the calculator rather than move left to right. So the first one, 3 times 4 to the power of 2. Remember, move over to the right to get this down so it's not stuck up there. Plus 1 should give you 49. The next one, 3 times 5 squared. Move it over. Plus 8 divided by 4. Hit enter, we should get 77. Now this next one here is a fraction, but we know how to do fractions and order of operations. So let's use what we know already from the previous day, alpha y equals. Let's create this. 7 times 4 goes up top. 8 plus 7 squared minus 1 goes on the bottom. Make our lives a little easier, and we get the answer of 1/2. So hopefully you can put that together and solve those pretty quickly and easily whenever you see them. Now the next page, what if we have to plug in numbers for the variables? So let's say here we notice we have x equals 4 and y equals 2. We want to find the following. So we get 4 squared plus, now don't forget to do this. It's a very important step, the negative 2 squared. We talked about exponents the time before. If we don't put the parentheses around the negative 2, we will probably get the wrong answer. So we can plug this in, 4 squared plus parentheses negative 2. Oh, notice I made the mistake here. I didn't bring everything down. So let's go back and fix this. So 4 to the power of 2, bring it down, plus parentheses negative 2 to the power of 2. Just the way you see it, bring it down, hit enter, and you get the answer of 20. You can plug it in. This will probably be a little bit easier, but same thing. Use parentheses. 2 times 4 plus 5 times negative 2 minus 10. I'll do this one by hand because it's pretty quick and it's should be straightforward. 8 plus negative 10 plus negative 10. Excuse me. 8 plus negative 10 is negative 2 plus negative 10 more is negative 12. Again, if you like to do these by hand, feel free to do that. Notice that last one. As long as you know you're out of order of operations, this was pretty simple for me to do this by hand, or feel free to plug this directly in your calculator. Good luck with the rest of the assignment.